Hello, and welcome to Marriage Unchained, the art of one flesh, where saving marriages, saving families, and saving souls is the flavor of the day. Now, let's join our host and author of Marriage Unchained, Catholic Alpha Radical, Jerry Jacobs Jr.
Welcome to episode 30. Today's problem? She's asked for a divorce? Now what? So, sit back, relax, take a chill pill, and get ready to rock. But don't duck. Can you feel it? Catholic Alpha Radical coming at ya now. So, today's quote is, "He who breaks the divine law and finds himself outside of Christ's mystical body in a second marriage will often justify himself by saying, I could not accept the doctrine of transubstantiation." What he means is that he can no longer accept the sixth commandment. Milton wrote an abstract and apparently a philosophical treatise on doctrine and discipline of divorce, in which he justified the divorce on the grounds of incompatibility. But the real reason was not what he set down in the book. It was to be found in the fact that he wished to marry someone else while his wife was living. What is important is not what people say, but why they say it. Too many assume that the reason people do not come to God is because they are ignorant. It is more generally true that the reason people do not come to God is because of their behavior. End quote. Venerable Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen, 3, to get married. So today we're going to talk about building closeness in marriage. Why? Because without a feeling of closeness, your wife begins to feel unloved, unwanted, taken for granted, and uncherished. Sorry. But more important, if she doesn't feel close to you, she will stop wanting to make love to you. Ouch. You will have to bribe her to make love. She will get bored with the marital embrace, and she will begin rejecting your advances for intimacy. So in order to prevent this from happening today, for a few minutes, we're going to talk about how to rekindle closeness in marriage. No need to worry about writing or taking notes. I've created a great checklist for you to follow. You can get it at www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. So tip 1, as a man, as a husband, you must understand that the closer your wife feels to you, the more she will desire you. No closeness, no intimacy, no desire for you, no sex, period. This is why you must do the things to make her always feel she's connected and bonded to you emotionally. And this begins with emotional intimacy, which is what I like to call making love outside the bedroom. It's important. We got to get them ready. We can't just go in the bedroom and just pop down and be ready to go for it. Women don't work like that. Now, if you're an experienced brother, then you already know that. But what happens over the years is we forget. So I'm here to remind you. So tip 2, taking your beloved for granted kills closeness. Marriage begins to fade when selfishness creeps in and when the couple begins to take each other for granted. But for women, it's even more devastating because showing her appreciation is what fuels her love and for you and your beloved and her beloved husband. So when you begin to take her for granted, marriages begin to fade, the intimacy fades and becomes lackluster. She begins thinking of separation, taking the kids and leaving the home, or worse, seeking divorce. And that's what happened today. I talk to guys all the time, man, I came home, she was gone. Well, she's gone because you didn't pay attention to her, dude. You didn't show appreciation. You didn't take care of business. And so most wives, what they do is they give you clues like, they give us clues over the years of what's going on, but many times we don't take a hold of those clues. And so when we come home, and if our wife has the kids or not have the kids, it doesn't matter. Hell, what happened to me? I came home one time, the kids were still there, and my wife was gone. So I'm just here to tell you, man, you always got to be in tune with your wife. You always got to know, look at how she moves. Look at how she moves, how she walks and all these things. Picture if something's wrong with her in the morning, call her at work and make sure she's doing okay. Most dudes take that for granted. And then when you look up, she's gone. So, as a husband, you must vow to win your beloved's heart every day. And that's another one. We get complacent, man. Look, I'm not trying to always be on the woman's side, but dude, look, the woman, your wife, is the one that's nurturer of the home. She's the one that takes care of business. If you love her right, if you take care of her right, if you give her needs, make sure she feels secure, make sure she feels cherished and loved, man, she will take care of everything. She'll make sure the kids are on point. She'll make sure the home's taken care of. She'll spread your love to everybody, all your family, your friends, and everything. But most of us men, we don't understand that. We think that, when we first get them, when you first got her, what'd you do? You worked out, you ate less, you always had your hair done, you brushed your teeth, you took some mouthwash, you took her out to dinner and wined and dined her, got on your news and proposed to her. Now what do? It's been 2 years, 3 years, 5, 10, 20, 50 years, and we don't do nothing. And we get mad and want to blame them. Come on, brother. Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm just trying to help you out. Help me help you. So winning your beloved's heart every day is what the Rekindling Closeness checklist does for you. It's a step-by-step cheat sheet to give a complete list of 3 areas to cultivate closeness with your beloved daily. Now, the cheat sheet is divided into 3 categories. The first category is rekindling closeness, the heart. So this is such thing as cuddling, kissing her deeply, showing her enormous amount of appreciation, what I just said. Also, this is important too, watching and admiring how she moves, and tons more on the list. You got to watch how she moves, how she acts, how she reacts, so that you can know when something's wrong. If you never look at your wife, and I don't mean to look at her, I mean analyze what's going on, man. Your wife will tell you all kinds of stuff when things are wrong, but what us men most do? Oh, we'll take care of that later. Well, now it's 10 years later, and you've been taking care of it for 10 years. You've been taking care of it later for 10 years, okay? And then we wonder why they want to nag us, why they want to control us, why they don't want to have the marital embrace with us, why they don't want to spend time with us. Why? Because we neglecting our job, our duty. So I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to let you know. That's just the way it is. Category 2 is rekindling closeness, the physical. So this includes such things as whisking her away on a 3-day weekend, occasionally attend a religious retreat, marriage retreat. I've been on 2 marriage retreats. They give you time to spend time together, just you away with the kids. And most wives, man, they don't ask for a whole lot. Just, every now and then, show me you still love me. Show me you still want to sweep me off my feet. Show me you still care. Most women, because they didn't chose you, right? They chose you, you chose them. So women, they understand. They're not stupid. They know how life gets to you, but they still want to know that you're loved, and they love, and not just on Valentine's Day and anniversaries and birthdays, man. Every dude does that. Well, if he has any sense, he does. But most of the time, man, if you just, show your woman a little bit, man, she'll take care of business for you all the time. But matter of fact, I had a guy last week. He called, he emailed me, had an appointment set. He didn't, I waited. I was supposed to meet on Zoom. Get on Zoom, he ain't there. So he ain't even come and let me know he wasn't going to come, right? So I said, that's cool. You know what? I'll just call him. So I called him, right? He picks the phone up, and I could tell he's at work. He's in the construction guy or something. I said, hey, man, This is Jerry Jacobs, man. We had a marriage masterclass meeting today. Oh man, well, see, here's what it is, man. I had to all this stuff started happening at work, and I forgot, and all these contractors and stuff just started getting on me, and I just got behind. You know what I said? I just said, okay, man, later, boom. And you know why I did it like that? Because, dude, if you don't care about your marriage, how do you expect me to care about it? So that's probably what you do to your wife every night, or every week or every month. You probably just to her all the time. If you emailed me and said, yo, you having marriage problems. I didn't email you. So basically, that's why you got problems, because you putting your marriage on the back burner all the time. And, this dude ain't the only one. I just feel sorry for him. But many of dudes is like that. We do not take care of business until it's painful, until the wife is gone, the kids are gone, she's at her mama's house, or she went to Las Vegas, or she went to divorce court, or you're separated, or you're divorced. Those are all tragic things. But dudes, we don't listen. We wait until the very end. So that's why we're going to try to build some closeness in your marriage, brother, with the rekindling closeness checklist at www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. She's asked for divorce. Now what? Of course, you just didn't see it coming, but it has. So now, what do you do? Well, what you do is, step 1, you decide to man up and fight for her no matter what. Step 2, decide if one of these categories in the marriage maintenance master plan fits your situation. A, she's asked for divorce. B, she has left the home. C, mutually agreed separation but didn't want it. D, she's in the home but distant or separate bedrooms. E, you're divorced but didn't want it. Now, step 3, if you are in one of these critical situations or close to it, then register to watch the Marriage Masterclass immediately at www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. Step 4, after watching the masterclass, get the help you need by scheduling a discovery and strategy session to receive a proven plan of action tailored specifically for your situation. Many husbands will look at this and go back to allowing their marriage to fade into oblivion, accepting failure. But some will look at this and say, wonder if this works. Those are the warriors. Those are the husbands I want to go into battle with. Those are the husbands I want to work with. So allow me to help. Those that do nothing have a 100% chance of failure. Those that decide to battle, fight, and act like true men become worthy of winning their beloved back. Which are you? Visit www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. That's www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. Learn how to once again become her hero. Next, so occasionally, so be spontaneous and spend the night in a 5-star hotel, one night during the week in order room service. And that's what I mean about being spontaneous, about not just doing things on, anniversary, birthdays, that kind of stuff. Because, all so-called Romeos do that. But man, what happened one night if your wife, let's say your wife works, right? And that's cool. Let's say your wife works and she comes home and you standing there and you got a limousine out front, or you got the car out front, the doors open, you got some flyers in your hand, you already got a babysitter, and it's Tuesday night, and you take your wife and y'all go stay at the Hyatt Regency or the Hilton or something, or one of those 4 or 5-star hotels or 6-star hotels in your town or whatever. You go do that just for the night. You get there at 7, 8 o'clock. You go, then you come back home the next morning, go to work and stuff. And that's that spontaneous, man. That's showing her that you don't take it for granted and you appreciate everything you do. Now that's just one little thing. So next, or this is the one that works that my wife, she ain't a touchy feeling person, but I do her like this every now and then. You get a warm bowl or a container of water and you wash your beloved's feet after a long, hard day. Now, if she's a stay-at-home mom, which is the greatest gift in the world, to be to take care of your kids, or if she's a CEO executive somewhere, they come home, you sit her down, you go get some bowl of water, washcloths, wash your feet and make it feel and dry them off and stuff. Man, that shows you care. It's just, and it ain't a big thing. But to her, it is. See, to you, it's like, but not to her. To her, it's completely different. Next. And there's many more things in checklist on category 2. Now we're going to talk about category 3, rekindling closeness, conversation. Perfect. This is the most important category. Conversation. Perfect. You got to have a conversation with your woman, man. These days, dude, we don't talk about nothing of importance. We don't talk about the faith. We don't talk about politics, really. We don't talk about, why we're here. What's the purpose of life with our spouses? We don't talk about anything that means anything, man. But we can go talk to our dudes about football, basketball, golf club, the NASCAR. See, I know about that stuff too, right? And I'm just saying, man, that stuff don't mean nothing, and if we don't have conversations with our wives, man, guess what she gonna do? And this is why you got to be your wife's best friend. This is another thing somebody gonna tell you, because I hear all the time, oh, Jerry, you ain't gotta be your wife's best friend, man. That ain't about nothing. Okay, don't be your best friend though. Okay, if you know women, how women are, they gotta talk to somebody. So if they ain't talking to you, who they talk to? Let's start naming some people. She go talk to your mama, your mother-in-law. She go talk to her so-called girlfriend, best friend, telling her all your business about how you are in the bedroom, how you outside the bedroom, telling all her wants, desires, and dreams. She might go talk to another friend or whatever. But you know who the one she might be talking to? That nice, handsome Billy Bob Joe Bob at work. Because Billy Bob, he just understands me. He understands me, and he understands my needs and my wants. And we're not really serious or anything, but he just listens to me. Billy Bob listens to me. See, man, that's why I know. See, I slip too, dude. I ain't gonna be tripping on you. I slip too, but I don't slip long. See, that's the key. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. You got to be your wife's best friend. Why? Well, it's obvious. She comes to you and tells you all those things. See, most dudes be like, oh man, I ain't got time for that, man. She talking too much, man. Blah, 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 blah. But when you first got her and you was trying to get with her, you wasn't saying that. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Marriage is a duty. It's a duty. That's why being a man is hard, because you got a lot of duties and very few times where you got time to go out and be doing pleasure and stuff. See, you got duty to your marriage, duty to God, duty to your wife, duty to your job, duty to your kids. And that's why it's called a duty, because as a man, our job, this is how we show we love. This is how we show we love, is we do all our duties with the utmost of vigor, and we do them without complaining and bitching and moaning. That's how we do it. And that's how people know we are men of courage, authentic masculinity, how we're trying to be like Christ. But when we neglect our marriage, neglect our wife, neglect God, neglect our kids, only thing we do is our job and make money and bring it home. In the end, nobody cares about that. Sure. Oh, your wife wants a roof over her head, and she wants to be able to eat, and she wants clothes on her back. But dude, most women didn't marry you for your money, dude, anyway. If it was, 99% of us, me included, wouldn't have a wife. So that being said, man, we're going to move on with this. So you must develop a habit of conversation. You must talk. You must ask her how she feels, what she thinks, her current dreams, wants, and desires for her marriage, for herself, and for you and the children, as well as her faith. I know And like I just said, this is hard for dudes, especially doing it on a regular basis, but you must, you must, you must. This is one of the greatest ways to build closeness and a sense of true friendship with your wife. Okay. Now look, you want what you want. Okay. You want all the pleasures in the coops, all the candy when you marry, which is what? You want to be loved. You want to be in the marital embrace when you want it. You want to eat. You want food cooked for you. But dude, you got to sacrifice that. You got to sacrifice and pay the piper, man. So you can. It's a two-way street on this stuff, man. And another thing too that I always, I advocate too is like in the Catholic Church, it's a mortal sin for the spouses to deny each other the marital embrace. So that's a mortal sin because you have bodily rights over each other. So when you get married, it's you, your spouse, and God. So in the Catholic Church, in Christ Church, what happens is it's like a contract, a body contract. Your wife's body belongs to you, her body, and your body belongs to her. Okay. So when that being said, when you have bodily rights, you have to, you can't deny because it's one flesh. So your body belongs to each other. So that's why it's a mortal sin to deny someone, your spouse, the marital embrace, unless it's grave, like she's got cancer or something. She can't, but having a headache, or I'm hungry, or you made me mad, all that stuff don't mean nothing. Okay. And so that's why it's really important that we have conversations with each other so that we know each other's hopes and dreams. Okay. Because like I said, if your wife ain't talking to you, she's talking to somebody. Okay. Also, when you talk about these things, just as the man, just sit there and listen, dude. You ain't even got to do a lot of talking. Really listen to her and ask inquiring questions to show that you are really into her. And that's what women have instincts. They ain't stupid. A woman knows if you're all in. What I mean by all in is you ain't leaving. She knows that no matter what happens, if I get paralyzed and you got to wipe her butt, she knows that my husband's going to be, she knows that women know that stuff. They know it. So that's what all in means. All in means you are totally there no matter what happens in the marriage. You ain't leaving. You ain't going to try to divorce me no matter if I get sick, no matter if I make a huge mistake, we're going to work it out. But when that's why women know when you have to show your wife that you're all into her all the time. And I know it's not easy, man. I've been there, dude. I understand, but that's why, that's how you show you love as a man, by using your logic and by doing your duty. This makes you an authentic masculinity, which is what Christ is, right? So this is really, really huge. Here are some examples of questions that you can ask her to stimulate a meaningful and deep conversation. Okay. About her and the most important relationship in your life, your marriage. So another thing too, man, don't be letting your kids interfere in y'all's marriage like that. Kids are kids, wife and husband. Don't be letting your kids sleep in your bed. Don't be letting your kids, you talking, don't let your kids come interrupt the mother or the father when they talking, unless it's a fire or something. They saying it's a fire, that's different. But don't let your kids just walk up and and interrupt y'all while y'all talking. Don't let the kids interfere and get it between you as a parent. Another thing too, wives, don't be putting the daughters and the sons above their daddy, because that's not how the natural law works. It's God, husband, wife, kids. Okay, because you stepping outside your husband's authority when you do that. I don't think it's but it's a bad one. It's a bad sin on that. Okay, so husband, same thing. Don't be putting your kids in front of your wife. Your wife is who you cherish. Your husband's she's who you serve. Same with the wife. Okay. So these are things that you ask. You ask to start a great conversation. Ask your wife if you make her feel appreciated. That's a simple one, right? Okay. Now listen to these, because these are important. These are just samples of what's on the Rekindling Closeness checklist. Next, ask her if you make her feel loved. Also, ask her if you make her feel protected and secure. Ask how she really rates your marriage: bad, good, great, or thriving. Now, look, man, some of these things, man, women are ladies, most of them, so they don't want to hurt your feelings. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make her tell you the truth. Okay. Next, ask her about her current relationship with Christ. Ask her if your lovemaking is what she needs. Oh, that's a big one. That hits you right in the heart when I say that one, don't it? Oh, that hurt. Oh. That's a big one, Bubba. That's a big one. Ask her if your lovemaking is what she needs. Then, okay, here's how you respond to every single question. This is how you respond, right? No matter how many questions you ask, this is how you respond. No matter how she answers in all of these questions, you must not judge her or get upset. So let your pride go, dog. Let your pride go and listen, because she's trying to help you help her. Okay. All right. So, but ask her to please tell you why she feels this way and what can you do to make it better, even if the answer is positive or negative. So that being said, look, so when you ask her the questions, like the tough one, okay, the toughest one on here is, what was the tough one? About the sex, right? Yeah. Ask her if your lovemaking is what she needs, or the other hard one is ask her how she really rates your marriage: bad, good, great, or thriving. Those two questions are hard because you might get something you don't want to hear. But dude, the thing about it is you glad she's telling you. You are thrilled she's telling you. And what you do is you can tell when your woman's lying. You could tell. But most dudes don't push shit because they don't want to get their feelings hurt. But if you just ask her to tell you the truth, no matter what, and if she knows that you really, really want to know the truth, she will tell you. And then you ask her, like I said, you ask her, tell her that if it's negative, say, I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't know that I was doing that bad. What can I do to make you feel better? What can I do to make it better? That's it. And then you take notes. Like I got a course that's called the Intensifier Communique. It's a course of like 50 some questions, man. And you ask your wife these questions and she tells you what's up. And that's how you do it, man. And then what'll happen is, man, your wife will tell you what's up. If your wife knows that you really want the answer and really want the truth, man, she'll tell you, because she know you ain't gonna start tripping on her and hold it against her. So I promise you will not regret this bold and courageous move you are making. Okay. Number 3, the conversation is the hardest one. Remember, you are a Christian soldier. She's asked for divorce. Now what? Of course, you just didn't see it coming, but it has. So now what do you do? Well, what you do is, step 1, you decide to man up and fight for her no matter what. Step 2, decide if one of these categories in the marriage maintenance master plan fits your situation. A, she's asked for divorce. B, she has left the home. C, mutually agreed separation but didn't want it. D, she's in the home but distant or separate bedrooms. E, you're divorced but didn't want it. Now, step 3, if you are in one of these critical situations or close to it, then register to watch the Marriage Masterclass immediately at www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. Step 4, after watching the masterclass, get the help you need by scheduling a discovery and strategy session to receive a proven plan of action tailored specifically for your situation. Many husbands will look at this and go back to allowing their marriage to fade into oblivion, accepting failure. But some will look at this and say, wonder if this works. Those are the warriors. Those are the husbands I want to go into battle with. Those are the husbands I want to work with. So allow me to help. Those that do nothing have a 100% chance of failure. Those that decide to battle, fight, and act like true men become worthy of winning their beloved back. Which are you? Visit www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. That's www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. Learn how to once again become her hero. remember, to get this marriage enhancing checklist, visit www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. www.savemycatholicmarriage.com. And once you get it, do the work. Do one a day. Start with maybe one a week or something, man. You ain't got to do it every day. But, I suggest you try to do something, man. Hug her, kiss her, tell her you love her, look her deep in her eyes, hold her. Which priest? I forgot. Oh, man, what was that priest's name that came to our conference? And he said, what you do with your woman is you hug her for 20 seconds. That's a long time. You hug her for 20 seconds until y'all get into it. Then it's over. Okay. So, and once you get, like I said, once you get the checklist, do the work and begin becoming the husband she needs. You won't regret it. So, in conclusion, as I always do, we will end with a quote from Pope Benedict XVI. Quote, society offers you comfort. You weren't made for comfort. You were made for greatness. So go forth, Christian soldier. The spiritual fight is up on you. Fast, pray, and prepare for battle. Thank you, Christian soldier, for listening in today. Do you have a critical or pressing problem in your marriage right now? Want help? Come on the show and ask me in person. We can do this completely anonymously. You don't have to be on camera or say your name. It's totally up to you. I would just love to have you as a guest on the show. More importantly, you would be helping other men as well. Contact me at radicalquestions@catholicalpha.com. And lastly, please share this podcast with someone that may need help in their marriage or relationship. Help me save a marriage today.